Okay. I didn't really hear the music that time. What's the matter, Elsa? Elsa's over here to my left, crying a little bit. What's up? It's okay. Hey, what's up? Hey, look, I have furniture in this room again. Last time I saw you guys, I did the. You want to come under? It's okay. Go ahead. I did the Sherman unboxing, and that was in the middle of all of the mess associated with getting ready for interior painting, which happened last weekend. And as you can see, I did survive. And as you can see, the room has a little bit more order to it. The stuff that was brought back into the house is significantly less than what was in the house for sure. So I'm kind of running leaner and meaner now. And I'm kind of liking it, quite honest with you. This stream had about 3 minutes of notice. And the reason I'm streaming, as you can see, it's an Ask Me Anything. There's no format, whatever you want to talk about. I assume you can hear me. I have the mic right here in front of me. Hopefully you can hear me. Is I have this wine. This wine was opened up earlier this week, a couple days ago, and I've been told that if you let it sit too long, it goes bad. So it's been in the fridge, but I took it out a little while ago. So I'm going to drink it now. I'm not going to. I don't think I even need a glass. It's just me. So, but I don't want to be drinking alone, even though technically, in most people's minds, this is drinking alone. It's me in the house and it's Elsa. But in my mind, I'm drinking with my virtual friends. So it's not technically drinking alone in my mind. Does it make any sense? No, but whatever. Spartacus says, wine again, buckle up. It's only half a bottle. It's not a full bottle. I don't know that I will switch to anything else. I don't really need to get drunk and or not like what happened last time I was on the wine. That was bad. Well, actually, the last time was the time before the Sherman unboxing. That was the time where I got drunk off my ass, 3-hour stream, and I almost threw up. So we're trying to avoid that. But there has been some stuff going on, and I can talk about that. House-related stuff. Let's see. Dale says, if I knew this was coming up, I would have had my phone on charge. Now I'm going to have to stand in the kitchen. Sorry, buddy. All right, so let's take the cork off. This is that technique stuff that I had before, which I like. Okay. And like I said, it's about a half a bottle. What, baby? Here, lay down. Lay down. Go ahead. Here, lay in your bed. Elsa wants my attention. Murray is here. Hey, Murray. What's up, buddy? Murray signed up to my blog. Yes, I've talked about my blog before, and just this week, I actually made my blog private. I've had my blog since 2002, late 2002. Let me see how this is out of the bottle. It's okay. Had my blog since 2002. My blog has always been just like publicly accessible from anyone that wants to read it. And just this week, I made a decision to flip it to a private blog, which doesn't mean that you can't read it. It just means that you have to register on that website as an official person to read it. Just so it's not available to any Tom, Dick, and Harry to check it out. So, like I know, for example, Murray he reads my blog sometimes, and he signed up for it today. So, yeah, that's something new this week. All right. Murray says, be a man, use a straw. Now, come on, man. I think straight out of the bottle is better. The Downloader 86. I don't recognize your name, buddy, on the live stream, but welcome. You're drinking beer. Good. I do have 4 or 5 Miller Lights in the fridge if I feel so inclined. But like I said, I have a relatively busy weekend in front of me, so I don't really want to get obliterated. Simon is here as well. You should have anticipated this. Yeah, that's true. Like any day from maybe 7:30 on, you just never know what's going to happen. You just never know. Oh, Mike Young's here. Hey, Mike. I don't know that I've seen you in a live stream before, Mike, but welcome. Simon doesn't have any of the dildo beer. You're not missing anything. You are not missing anything. The camera is having some issues focusing. I think it's when I pick up the wine. Maybe it's okay. I do have auxiliary lighting that I could put on. Oh, I don't have my, I don't have my, my Def's live streams. There he goes again. I don't have my Def's live stream sign set up. All right, hold on. I do like this thing. I can set this up very quickly. Thanks to the miracles of USB power banks. There we go. And evidently, this does not use a lot of power because I had it on for several hours and it didn't even drop the level of my power bank down one. Can you even see that? No, it's come out as it changes colors. You can see it, I guess. Okay. Also sporting my Eagles hat in support of the Eagles who play in the NFC Championship game on Sunday against the San Francisco 49ers. Cameron Massey, you know about the V13 axle bolts issue. There was a post on Facebook. I did see someone posted what apparently was a V13 motor. And the way you can tell it's a V13 motor is it has two motor wires coming out of it instead of one. It's the only wheel I know that has that. And it looked like the bolts were sheared. And I thought he said from the post, I mean, I didn't dig into it really deep, but I thought he just said he jumped the curb or was something supposedly inconsequential that caused it to snap. Again, who knows? We don't know how accurate that is. Sometimes people don't give you a accurate accounting of issues, but if that's the case, that's not good. All right, hold on. Let's see if I can get this light set up here. I do have my auxiliary light, and I do. All right. With my new computer desk configuration, it's a little challenging to do some things. Let's see how creative I can get here. How creative can I get? I can be pretty creative sometimes, not always. That does not look good because I need to keep talking while I'm doing this, right? Let's see. Let's try here. Do that. Clip it there. This is gonna. I don't think this is gonna light me very well. That's not ideal. Let's go down here. That might work. Okay. Better. And then if we turn it on, bear with me as I talk just to fill the dead air. Okay, let's change that to the cool light. There we go. All right, now I'm lit from the side. So is this my good side? I don't know. Does it help the focus issue? I don't know. If it doesn't, I'm going to turn it off because it's bright and it's annoying me. We'll go with it for a few minutes. So anyways, you had the V13 axle bolt issue. Someone else might have more information about it. I do not have anything confirmed about it. The Downloader 86, you are drinking wine from the bottle? Hopefully no French guys here. I don't know that I've ever had French people in my live stream. I don't know. Is this sacrilegious? I don't know. Well, this light, that's going to annoy the shit out of me. There we go. All right, that's better. No, it's sacrilegious to drink wine out of the bottle. I don't really know. Another thing from this week. Murray, yes, I did. Murray, I did see that you were the first to sub to my Pickleball channel. This week, I was talking about a buddy of mine that is one of my staff at work, and he's really into pickleball, like I am. Even he's more so into pickleball than I am. And he told me a story about how he reserved a number of different pickleball domain names for future ideas that he had potentially. And this week, he got an offer from someone to buy one of his domains, one of his pickleball-related domains, for $2,500. Yes, $2,500. And he sold it. So him telling me that story, it got the wheels turning in my head. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I'm just curious, like, what's available. And when you play someone in pickleball, if you shut them out, like if you score 11 points and they score 0, that's called pickling someone, or you were pickled if you don't score any points. So I looked up the domain names and I found out that Pickled U, both Pickled and the letter U and pickledyou.com were available. So I registered them. Didn't cost that much. So I now have both of those domain names registered. If you go to pickledyou.com, it forwards to a page on my EUC Army site that just shows any games that I had recently that involved pickles, and it has a link to the Pickled U YouTube channel. So if you go on YouTube, you can check it out. I only have 2 videos. I haven't really shot a lot of stuff for it, but it's something I'll be messing with in the future. So there is a YouTube channel called Pickled U, and I'm not gonna. Well, maybe I can. Hold on a second. No, I don't feel like doing it right now. Never mind. Just trust me, it's there. If you go to pickledyou.com, you click on the big pickle, and it'll take you to the YouTube channel. So that's something else I'm just messing around with because, I don't have enough stuff to do. So yeah. Mike says, "Good luck with the Eagles." Thanks, buddy. It's gonna be a tough game. Vega Venturing. Hey, Duff. Good to see you. Hey, man. I haven't seen you in a while, or I haven't seen you in the live stream for a while. Welcome. Dino. Hi, Duff. Long-time watcher, first-time live streamer. Well, it's a good stream to join. I'm drinking wine, and it's an AMA, as in Ask Me Anything. You ask, I will answer to the best of my ability, although I do reserve the right to not answer if it's not to my benefit to do so. Spin Cycle, hello and good evening to you all. Hello, Spin Cycle. Welcome. Cameron Massey says, you switched your pre-order from the Challenger to the EX30 because of the bolts. Well, yeah, I mean, that's valid. I mean, I'm not V13. I mean, it's gotten generally good reviews. The big wart has been the range is not good if you're riding at a appreciable speed. The technology is great. The safety features that are in the V13 are great, but to have a wheel with limited range that costs $4,400 or $4,600, that's not good. That's not good for me. Some people it's good for. But I mean, I haven't heard of anyone that said they did not like the V13 other than the range. The axle bolt thing, like I said, we would need more details. There could be extenuating circumstances that we are not aware of. So Dale says, you got a feeling this is going to be a major problem for the V13? Okay, well, if they are just low quality bolts, that is a pretty easy fix. Just put stronger, I don't know, stainless steel bolts in there or something. But, of course, you need to, that work would need to be performed, of course. Dale says, wait for the V13 Pro. Yes, have them steal a page out of the KingSong book, right? Mike yesterday rode around Greenwich, Connecticut, drinking Dunkin'. There you go, buddy. I'm glad the trend is catching on. It's going to be a nationwide trend. Periodically, when I do my rides that include Dunkin' Donuts, I will tag Dunkin' Donuts social media, just for the hope that they will actually recognize me and reach out for some reason. They never have. Imagine that. Dale says, Cameron, changing to Pagode because you're worried about issues makes no sense. I hear you. Yeah, because I mean, the EX30 has had significantly less testing than the V13 as far as out in the public. So, who knows when warts are going to be exposed there. Last time I heard, the EX30 is still in New York City, and it was supposed to come to me when they're done with it. I haven't followed up on it, but that was the plan. I guess I'll try to reach out to Jason just to keep that in his mind. Simon says not many V13s out in the world. Well, there's even less EX30s. So who really knows? Excuse me. Who really knows what issues will reoccur? One swallow does not a summer make. Gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah, it's true. Like I said, one case is not something to pull the fire alarm about, but it's still, it's not good, of course. But Mike, you play curling? Really? I have an odd fascination with curling. Whenever the Winter Olympics are on, I probably watch more curling than anything else. Why that is, I don't know. When I took a road trip out west, visited the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs, and when I was there, I purchased, and I have it in my closet somewhere, I have a USA curling shirt. I shit you not. Again, why? I don't know. Certain things appeal to me for uncertain reasons. And that is one of them. I find curling oddly fascinating. Simon, of all your wheels that you currently own, what is your favorite? Yeah, I guess I can talk, because I haven't talked about the Sherman S. After that live stream, when I unboxed it, I took it out. It was supposed to be 15 minutes. I wound up taking it out probably for closer to 30 minutes. And I love it. I loved it. I took it out. I've taken it out twice. I also took it to Dunkin' Donuts, the close Dunkin' Donuts. One of the things that I intend to do this weekend is my range test out to Ave Maria. And depending on the amount of time, I might have to spread it over 2 days, which is what I did with the EX20S. I would probably do something similar to that. But the suspension in the Sherman S feels great. I think it's my favorite suspension. Power is great. People were saying how it feels top heavy. Personally, I felt it was very, very maneuverable, doing tight turns. I did not have some of the concerns I do with it, like the EX20S. So I don't know. I mean, I need to spend more time on the wheel for sure, but at least initially, my out of the box first ride experience on the Sherman S is my favorite first ride experience of any wheel ever. And I've ridden a lot of wheels, so take that for what it's worth. But at least so far, I really like the Sherman S. Dale agrees. There you go. Mike is testing the Sherman S and the V13 tomorrow with Black Cobra. Okay, cool. Yeah. Drop some feedback. What do you think about it? Let me know what you think. Murray says, stick with Bagode, I reckon. Yeah. EUC with Lucifer is here. How you Duff and fellow Electro heads. Thanks for stopping in. We have 24 people right now, even though this stream might have had the shortest lead time of any. Oh, and of course, there's Leo from Brazil. He always finds me. Doesn't matter when, where, how. If I'm live streaming, Leo will pop in. Hey, what's up, Leo? Thanks for coming in. Lawn chair aviator. This community hyper reaction to the motor screws is kind of ridiculous. The fact is that the wheel was taken apart by the owner and torque specs were not available for reassembly. Not a real issue. Okay, well, see, that's information I did not know. I did not know that. So what you're saying, that he took it apart prior to the bolts shearing? Okay, so if that's true, that that changes things, obviously. Sorry, right? I didn't post this comment. Yeah. Like if he took it apart, put it back together, and didn't torque those enough, or didn't put Loctite on them, that's a whole different story. Leo, when are we getting the full Sherman S videos? I plan to do a range test this weekend. That is my plan. I have some things going on this weekend, which I will fill you in about. But I when I got home, I wrote a list. I used to always. For every weekend, I would write a list of things to do. Sometimes that list would be 10, 12 things long. And I stopped doing that recently, last year or two. I hardly ever do it. But I did make a list this weekend because I want to get shit done. And one of those things is to do the Sherman range test video. So you should get a more in-depth report on the Sherman S this weekend. The Downloader 86. Why do you have so many printers up? 3D printers? Well, I only have 2 set up right now. I currently, here at the house, I probably have 5 or 6 now. with the rest of them being in my old chicken coop. Those printers were used when my 3D store, eucarmy.com, I kept increasing the amount of printers I had because at one point I was selling a lot of 3D printed stands. Nowadays, there's so much competition. People print their own stands. People manufacture their own stands. I don't sell many at all anymore. I sold a few this week, a couple this week, actually. But that's what all the printers were for. And like I said, right now I have only two set up. I have one at work as well. Cameron says, yeah, but those bolts were real small. Like, wait, what? Double take small. Well, I would hope that Inmotion engineered them. I mean, that wheel seems very well engineered. It would be very surprising that they didn't engineer those bolts to withstand potential forces, shearing forces. But if they were loose for some reason and had slop in them, yeah, they could definitely shear for sure. Simon had a ride on the Sherman S and it felt so good. Really easy to fall in love with. Yeah, I agree. So far, I'm very, very happy with it. And I do still foresee me selling the EX20S, not because it's a bad wheel, but because the Sherman S feels better to me. And has the same battery capacity, basically. So, Dino says, got my first wheel, an 18XL, 6 months ago. 900 miles on the odometer. Love it, but ready for suspension. My 55. Oh, you're 55 as well? I'm 55 as well. Yeah, you will appreciate suspension. I don't see me purchasing a non-suspension wheel in my future ever at this point. So, because of my knees, because of my hips, because of my back, the joys of being 55. Dale says there's another video where a guy's motor can be rocked side to side. Someone claimed it to be a fake video, but it looked pretty real to me. I'm assuming the same issue with the bolts, but only time will tell. Okay. Well, it could be a developing story or it could be a bunch of bullshit. Who knows? UC with Lucifer is not ridden a Sherman S yet. Yeah, didn't you say that you were injured? You had a fall and you were injured? Mike says, wrong way said he did not see any Loctite on the Sherman S. Can anyone confirm or deny? I saw the video. I thought it was only a certain, I don't remember what point he was talking about. There was something and he made a comment about it not having Loctite. I don't remember it being the motor bolts though. I thought it was something else. Could be wrong. Oh, Murray. Oh, okay. Okay. So Murray said that that you think that he's referring to I'm sorry. I do that sometimes. Make assumptions. I assumed you were talking about my 3D printers, which obviously are not here. This is one is a laser printer, one is a inkjet printer, and I use them because I have a home network here. I'm an IT guy, so I do have the need to use them once in a while for certain things. That's why I have two. So you have a failover. If one fails, I have a backup. That's a common scenario in IT. You don't want to ever get caught with your pants down. EUC with Lucifer. For those concerned about the weight of the Sherman S, EUC girl rode mine without issues, and she weighs only 60-something pounds. Yeah, it felt good. Like I said, I was expecting it to not feel fantastic just because of the comments like Marty made, like how he said it didn't feel like a Sherman and it's top heavy and blah blah blah. I have not noticed that yet, so. Maybe you sent me a link. Okay. Well, remember I have to close Facebook because then you'll abuse it. And you'll start sending me messages while I'm on stream, but I will, okay. I will look. Let's see this fake video. All right. Let me share the screen. Hold on. I'm going to show you the video that Dale's talking about. Now, I don't know if let's see. We got to get the sound up on it. Okay, hold on. Stand by. We're going to present. We're going to present the screen. We're going to share that audio. And we're going to share that. Close that. Okay. Share. Here we go. Tell me if you guys can hear this. I think I have to mute myself. Otherwise you get echo. So hold on. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. If the bolts were loose, it could have caused that vibration that you saw in the first video, and the back and forth oscillation. Yeah, that doesn't look good either, does it? But again, who knows? Who knows the background of it? I don't know. But like if those bolts sheared off, yeah, because that was a lot of side to side play. Definitely a lot. You couldn't hear that? You should have been able to. I thought I had it set up right. MFer. Damn it. Okay, hold on. Mike says, curling is killing my knees. My next EUC will have suspension for sure. Yeah, I can understand. Based on some of those positions that they have to hold on their knees and the brushing or the brooming, whatever you want to call it, the sweeping. Yeah, it looks like it could be surprisingly physically taxing for sure. Cameron Massey, what does everyone think of Leaper Kim basically removing safety margin on the Sherman S, the speed mode or whatever? Well, it reduces it. I don't know that it removes it. I haven't heard like how much it reduces the overhead. I will never be enabling that. I don't have the need to do that. But I have not heard exactly how slim you're making your safety margin when you enable that. I'm not quite sure. Okay, we've got some commentary on EST with Lucifer's injuries. Murray has to go out for an hour or so. Okay, yeah, I don't have any idea how long this is going to go. I mean, it's relatively early. It's only 8 o'clock, but my time, Eastern Standard. But like I said, I don't want to stay up late. I have a busy day tomorrow, it looks like. Okay. All right. So anyways, I think I'm caught up on chat, at least as much as I'm going to be right now. So like I said, when you last saw me, I was in the middle of tearing this place apart. I took Friday off, the Friday before last weekend, because the painting happened Saturday. I was busting my ass until after 9:30 on Friday, and that was with me working on it almost all day. Just hauling shit out to the lanai. Anything that I could get out there myself, I got out there. Getting everything off the walls, getting all small stuff like put away. I was freaking exhausted. Saturday came and their crew got here at 7, and they worked. The crew, he was actually missing one person, so it took a little bit longer than expected. They were here till between 6:30 and 7, which meant that daylight had expired, and the house was lit by lights, and as a result, and they were rushing. Obviously, they were close enough that they wanted to push to get done. And I expected, when they're doing this and we didn't have daylight anymore, that there would be some spots that are missed. So there are a few spots that have to get touched up. The lead guy is supposed to be back here tomorrow at lunch to touch up the spots that I found since they left. But overall, I think it looks really, really good. I should probably do another walkthrough during the daytime like I did right before it was painted, just to give you guys a before and after. I haven't done that yet, but I will. And but then Sunday, everything got moved back in. Carrie actually came over and helped me move like all the heavy stuff back in. And in the span of 2 hours, more or less, most of the heavy stuff was back in. And then I spent the rest of the Sunday just getting stuff set back up, smaller stuff, hooking up TVs, getting the computer hooked back up, which, it's all easy stuff, but it takes time. So my whole weekend was basically consumed with painting and house-related activities. So it was fun. The downloader 86 says, you moved twice last month. It sucks. Wow. Yeah. I'm hoping to only move once. EUC with Lucifer says the walls look nice. Yeah. Different color. It's a popular color. It's sort of looks like grayish with like a greenish undertone or something. I'm terrible with distinguishing colors and what looks good, what doesn't. This is a color that primarily Carrie picked out. I just said, yeah, it looks good. So, and it does. It looks good. The combination of the outside of the house and the inside of the house, it's made a big difference. I think it definitely helps with the appeal to a potential buyer. Simon says, did you put your house officially in the market yet? Okay, well, that leads to the next part of my story. So I've been, it's not officially listed, although I'm meeting with the agent tomorrow. So I've been looking on Zillow at houses that are potentially appealing to me. And I've seen some, but I haven't been looking, seriously. But then earlier in the week, I saw one that I looked at in Zillow. It looked okay, but square footage wise, I thought it was a little too small, but it looked nice otherwise. Didn't give it tons of thought because I haven't given any other house a ton of thought yet. But then I got an email from Zillow this morning that says, oh yeah, this one house you looked at, they just dropped the price $15,000. And the house had only been on the market for 2 weeks and they already dropped the price $15,000. Which is usually indicative that you have a motivated seller, I would say. And the more I looked at the house, its location was really, really good. It was like less than 2.5 miles from my work, real close to the big pickleball park down here. Close enough that I could legitimately and easily ride a wheel to the office most days if the weather's okay. It's so close, crazy close. And it's between 14 and 1,500 square feet. So it's smaller. This house is a little over 2,000 square feet. It's smaller, but I don't need all this space. Has a nice little yard. Has a fenced-in backyard, which would be great for Elsa. I can just let her out there to have fun, do whatever. Modern enough inside. It's going to need some updates, but the pricing was decent. So the my thought pattern all along was, okay, I'll sell my house. Kind of like I thought it had to be a sequential thing. Sell my house, use the equity from the house to put down on the new house, and buy a new house. The problem with that is you have to match up timelines. Like, what if someone buys the house and they're like, okay, well, we want to be in a month. And then I'm scrambling. And if I can't find something immediately that I can close on in a month, then I'm screwed. And then I got to find temporary living arrangements. So that was kind of weighing on me. But anyways, so what I did was I was thinking, and I have a long history. Look at my EUC collection of making quick decisions on relatively large things financially. EUC purchases, I've made snap decisions again and again and again. And I mean, you're talking, $2,000 to $4,000 wheels. Let's do it. I've done it multiple times. I've done it with my Teslas. Every Tesla I bought, it was a very, very quick decision. It went into my head, and then within 24 hours, it was done. Each one. My solar system, my $45,000 solar system, that went from a idea in my head to reality in about a week. So I have a long history of doing this. So anyways, what I thought of was, okay, well, what if I bought a house now without selling mine first? Luckily for me, the primary mortgage on this house is paid off, and I just have a home equity line of credit, so I don't have a large monthly payment on this house. So I'm thinking to myself, I could float both of these at the same time. I could potentially get a mortgage for a new property, buy it, and then once this house sells, then I can refinance that new house and apply all that equity that I will have when I sell this house. So yeah, that became the plan. All of a sudden, it became the plan. So I reached out to the person that I'm talking to about getting a mortgage, and because originally I talked to them and I said, okay, well, figure we're only gonna, we would have to mortgage a small amount because I'd be putting down the money on this from my house onto a new house. But then I called her and said, okay, well, what about a scenario where I would just do a conventional mortgage on a new property and just forget that I have a house now? Could I qualify to do that? And the short answer is yes. Yes, I could. So I have a pre-approval that would cover the house that I am potentially looking at. In addition, I talked to the real estate agent, and like I said, I haven't signed a contract with her yet, but I said, hey, I see this house. It checks a lot of boxes for me. Could you possibly see if you can get a showing so I can look at it and see? From the outside, it looks good. From the listing on Zillow, it looks good. Can you do this for me? And she reached out and she contacted them, and the answer was yes. I'm going to be looking at this new potential house tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. She's supposed to actually come out here at 8:30, and we're going to talk about some details about some stuff tomorrow morning, first thing, and then we will go to this other property at 10 in the morning. And I don't know. I'm pre-approved. If I like what I see and my brain clicks the way that it clicks sometimes, I may be putting an offer in on that property tomorrow. Maybe. I don't know. So we'll see. That would be something, right? It would be something. But that kind of stuff happens to me on a regular basis. So that's what's going on. And then I have to be back here by noon because the painter is coming to do the touch up that I talked about. So yeah, it's gonna be a busy day tomorrow, which is why I don't want to get hammered. Why I'll set an alarm so I get up at a good time. So yeah, I think that covers it pretty much. But I was just thinking, I mean, it was just, oh my God, low maintenance. The house has a lot of updates to it. It's not a new house, but it looks like it has had a lot of renovation. There's certain things that I would probably want to do to it. The price is low enough that I can do that as needed. It's not like it's something that has to be done, but I could upgrade it the way that I would like it, as I see fit. And just, I mean, oh my God, to be 2.5 miles away from work. I mean, again, today my commute was close to an hour both ways. Simon says smaller equals less work. Yes. Yeah. And I don't need that much. It has a 2-car garage. I want the garage, obviously, so I can plug in my Tesla. I charge my Tesla at home. I would need to do that there. Has 3 bedrooms, has 2 bathrooms. So, I can still use a bedroom for hobby related stuff, for EUCs, for 3D printers if I want to. But yeah, I need to see it, obviously, but at least my gut reaction is I can make it work. So we'll see. We'll see. You never know. Dale says rent the one you're in and eventually own them both. I don't know that I want to be a landlord. But that is something that I considered, but and I'm not ruling it out. But I don't know. I don't know that I want to do that. I would kind of like to be free and clear, because when I'm renting it, I'm still responsible for the property. I'm still responsible for it all. So I don't know that I want to do that. I'm kind of looking to trim down my responsibilities, not add to them. Get the rate locked on. Yeah. I'm just curious what the credit union is charging right now for rates. I should probably Look at that. Maybe you can't see that, can you? Okay, no, you cannot. Okay, good. Let's see. What are mortgage rates nowadays through the credit union? Let's see. Let's see. Home loan. How much? How do I see the rates? Let's see here. I'm not even sure what current interest rates are. Some codes. Okay. Mortgage. Does it talk about what the rate is? I'm looking for a rate. Oh, and the other thing that's nice about the pre-approval, I can get pre-approved for a 5% down, so that makes it more doable. Okay, so it looks like an annual fixed rate 5% and an adjustable rate 4%. Okay. So, I mean, it's not as low as it was, but it's not as horrible as it was. Interest rates have definitely pulled back. Cameron is the same way with big purchases. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I mean, I never had a psychiatrist analyze why that is. Why, things that typically most people, big purchases, a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people take a lot of consideration. They weigh the pros and cons. For me, that process gets greatly accelerated. And it's not necessarily a thorough analysis for sure, but I think about a few simple things. Okay, X, Y, Z. Can I afford it? Yeah, can I do it? Like when I bought the Sherman. Well, I think the thought process that went through my head was, okay, well, I'll get the Sherman, but I'll sell the V12. I'll sell the EX20S. Good to go. And that was all processed and decided in about 30 seconds. So yeah, I do that all the time. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but it is the truth. Mike, how is the rental market in your area? Rent your current house and buy something else. The rental market is good. It's good. There's a shortage of rentals. I don't know. Maybe that's one of the things I'll talk to the realtor about tomorrow. I don't know. And I do understand, renting the house, you basically, with what I pay on the house, rental would more than pay for the expenses in this house by a large margin. It's just, I don't know, staying responsible for, I don't know. Because then you're like, if something breaks, then it's on me. And I don't know. I'll think about it, Mike, but it's something that at least initially does not sound appealing to me. That doesn't mean that it's not a good idea. It just means it does not sound appealing to me. Simon says, being a landlord can be a breeze or a nightmare. Tenants can be fickle. Yes, absolutely. And tenants can be shitheads too. Tenants can be destructive, vindictive. Hate mail. Hi, Duff. Hey, buddy. Hate mail is also from Australia. Dale says, wouldn't a bank be cheaper than a credit union? Well, the person I'm dealing with isn't actually through the credit union. This is a mortgage company. So I have to discuss rates with her. I have not discussed them, but I just wanted to get a basis of what the credit union is charging. So I have some information. Dino says, I have 2 houses, rented one for several years, total pain in the ass dealing with renters. Yeah, I've heard that story repeatedly from a lot of people. Currently, I'm also in the middle of painting and miscellaneous fixes. Yeah, well, I feel your pain there. Should be in the market in March. New wheel when it sells. There you go. Reward yourself. Yeah, maybe. Well, I don't want another wheel. To be quite honest, there's no other wheel out there that I want. I think the Sherman S, I'm good. With everything else that I have, I'm good. I don't really want another wheel. Sure, it'd be nice to spoil myself, but I don't know. I don't need to. EUC with Lucifer, being a landlord doesn't sound like a carefree lifestyle. Exactly. And that is the driving force behind this. The driving force is I want to increase my quality of life. I want to have to worry about things less. I want to have to have less commitments tied to my property. So We'll see. The equity in your home will help you avoid PMI, private mortgage insurance. Sure. Yeah, true. That's true. Because because if I buy this new house without selling this house, I will be initially at least paying PMI. The lady from the mortgage company said that, because I mentioned to her, I said, okay, if I buy this house and I sell my house, I could just refinance the new house, right? And she said you can, but you have to wait 7 months. You have to wait 7 months before doing that. I'm not sure what that rule is, but she said you have to wait 7 months before doing it, which is fine, as long as interest rates don't go in 7 months. But I guess I'd have to roll the dice. Mike Young says 5%, lock it in. Well, that's through the credit union, Mike. Again, when I have really, really good credit. So I'm hoping I will qualify for a this is, hold on a second. This is my realtor. Hold on. Where did I put my phone? Phone. Hold on. Find my phone. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to make background noise so you can hear me. Oh, there it is. I found it. Never mind. I found it.
It's nearby. Hanging your iPhone 14 Pro Max down.
I got it. I found my phone. Go away. Okay. Okay. I'll keep my phone here just in case. My realtor didn't know that the price was reduced just today. Mike Young says, I live in hurricane land. Yes, I do. Well, I mean, I've lived in hurricane land for 21 years or 22 years. Half bottle of wine is gone. Look. Leo asks, when is the Eagles playoff game? The Eagles playoff game is Sunday at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, held in Philadelphia. Senator Perry, I have 3 rental houses managed by a rental company. Checks just pop into the bank and they supply tax documents. So with a rental company, like if something comes up, they handle it, right? They handle, like if there's a repair problem or a request, they handle it all. But then you have to pay for, like, say something breaks, you still are paying for it, obviously, right? Rental company, property management company, I guess same deal, right? Hey, I'm always open to listening to new information, new opinions. Dale says, if you find good tenants, you don't have to do much at all except retire a few years earlier. That's right, Dale. But again, remember, I would not be applying that equity. I would not be applying that equity to the new property. My bat watch went off. Yes, it did. Dale says he just got hit on Tinder. Guess we will see him later. You know, I've never had a Tinder account. Is that weird? I don't know. It never appealed to me. Mike Young, too many potheads renters out there. All they do is smoke and stink up the place. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like if my goal is to simplify my life, the way to do that is to have one house with minimal work. I'm going to have that equity from the sale. That's going to, that equity is going to be still equity. And I also can move my homestead exemption and my property tax savings to this new house. If I don't, if I would keep this property, I lose that ability. So my property taxes would skyrocket. They would probably increase by a factor of 3, maybe more, if I do not move that property tax savings Here in Florida, they have something called Save Our Homes. Basically, what it does is if you homestead, if you live in a property, no matter how much property taxes go up every year, because they reassess yearly here, no matter how much your property taxes would potentially go up every year, you are capped at 3%. They can't go up more than 3% if you live in that residence. So it protects you. Now, with me being here for so long, 21 years, imagine how much money that has saved me in taxes over the years. If I do not move, you can move that once or twice, maybe twice, but at least once. You can sell, move to another property, and move that discount over to the other property. If I rented this place, I would not have the ability to do that. I would lose that. So that's something else to think of. EU Seaster, downsize and use equity to buy a smaller place outright. That is kind of what I am pointed at currently. That is my direction. Simon says, I don't think you need a Tinder account, Duff. You seem to do okay without one. Well, I'm not the type of person that's looking just to hook up with someone randomly. That isn't the way my brain works. So, and to be quite honest, that situation, I would find that very awkward. Very awkward. Some guys, that's like an ideal situation for them. But for me, no, it wouldn't work out very well. I'll do okay, Simon. I do okay. I mean, I'm a decent guy. I'm decent. Mike Young says, I forgot Florida has higher taxes for landlords and out-of-staters. Yeah, significantly. Dino says, at the moment, with only watching YouTube reviews, I've kind of narrowed it down to the Sherman S or the Commander Pro. Thoughts on that? I know I've watched some of Roger's stuff. Roger in California. Roger, who I rode with out in California. He liked his experience with the Commander Pro. I heard they were at Apple Valley, and who was it? One of the guys there, he did a couple laps on the Commander Pro, and he said that he thought it was going to be the racing wheel for 2023. Interesting. So there's been some very, very positive things about the Commander Pro. That being said, the build quality is definitely not going to be up to snuff with the Sherman. I heard that the suspension does not feel quite as polished as the Sherman, but it definitely is going to be a faster wheel than the Sherman. It's going to probably be have more torque than the Sherman S as well. That being said, I'm very happy with the Sherman S. I've never ridden a Commander Pro. And the Commander Pro has the same battery, right? 3,600 watt. Well, no, is it 3,600? It might not be, actually. Because of the 134 volt power system, I don't think you can strap a 3,600 watt hour battery to that. The numbers don't work out. Could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Oh, wow. Okay. So it says it is 3,600 watt hours. Okay. Interesting. I didn't think that was a combination that matched up 134 volts with 3,600 watt hours. But I guess I'm wrong. Dale says Sherman S. I mean, I don't think that you would be disappointed in either wheel. Just with my background with the Sherman, I'm very happy with my Sherman S, and I'm not looking to replace it with anything else. Simon says, hit that like button, guys. Thank you, Simon, for reminding me. I should mention that more often, but I don't. One of the easiest things you can do to support the channel, to support the live stream, to get it in front of more eyeballs, is hit that like button. Takes a second, maybe two if you're slow. And because sometimes I'll hear from people that are subscribers to my channel. They'll say, "Oh, Duff, you streamed? I didn't get a notice of any sort. I didn't get a notice on my phone. I didn't get an email notice that you were streaming." And you would think that anyone that's subscribed to the channel would, but that is not the case. I don't know how YouTube decides who they're going to send out notifications to, but definitely everybody does not get them. So hitting like is one way to help in that effort. This says the Commander Pro is clearly just a dodgy ripoff of the Sherman S, and they just up the specs a little bit to look better on paper. Yeah, well, there are some tangible things about the Sherman S that are good. I mean, 134 volts. power wise and speed wise, it's going to be better than the Sherman S, I believe. The suspension is the suspension is the same sort of mid-wheel layout. The shocks are totally different. With the Sherman S, you adjust the rebound on one, and the wine's affecting me. Yeah, the rebound and the dampening on the rebound speed and the dampening on either shock. It's weird. Like one side dampens, the other side controls rebound, and they're not connected. With the Commander Pro, the shocks are connected, and you can control both of those settings on either shock. That being said, by all accounts, the Sherman S suspension feels better. So, I mean, that's the bottom line, right? With the Commander Pro, they made a little modification to the back of the sliding mechanism, where there's evidently like these little bearings that are supposed to help with some of the wear. Like you see people that taking apart Sherman S's after a little bit, there's some metal, like the paint is worn off in the back of those sliders in some spots. I don't know that it actually causes a problem. I mean, you can look at it and say, okay, look, there's some friction there. Okay. But I don't know that it actually causes a problem. But the Commander Pro has some little wheels in that area to help it roll better. I was thinking there's something else about the Commander Pro that was significant, that was different from the Sherman S. Is the trolley handle still plastic on the Commander Pro, or is it metal? For some reason, I'm thinking it's metal, which would be nice, because the plastic trolley handle on the Sherman S is kind of lame. Talking about Tinder, I guess, Dale. Being an unvaccinated male is great at the moment. There are entire scenes for unvaccinated singles. What? Really? Where they only want other unvaccinated partners, and it's over 70% women. Really, Dale? I did not know that's a thing. Well, I mean, I did get the initial 2 Moderna vaccines, so I guess I would not qualify. That's interesting. I did not know that was a thing. Brian Gonzalez is here. Hey, Brian. How you doing? Leo, on Mickey's V13 review, Turbo said he'd be racing the V13. That speaks for the potential of the V13. Yeah, he said that, but Turbo, I don't think, has ridden a Commander Pro, so he might change his opinion on that. I mean, by all accounts, the top speed of the V13 is high. It's very high. I have not heard anyone say that it accelerates and brakes impressively. Although, wait, when Coogee did the V13 video, did he say that it has... did he say his acceleration numbers were actually the best that he had? Now I'm thinking about it. I think he did say that. But he's the only one that I've heard say that. Like everyone else that I've heard talk about the V13 said that it takes a while to get up to speed. So maybe it's just all a matter of the way you ride it. But now I think about it, I thought Coogee said that the V13 either beat or matched the top speed, acceleration speeds of any wheel he tested. Dale says the handle is the same crap style on the Commander Pro. Okay, thank you. It is better. Yeah, I mean, the Sherman S build quality is definitely better. Definitely. Without a doubt. That being said, Bigode has sold thousands of wheels with questionable build quality, but with high performance. So for some people, that's not going to matter. Simon, the Commander's Pro has speakers, does it? Okay, I didn't know that. All right, that's nice, I guess. Sherman S does not, but that is not the thing I was thinking about that was different. There's something else. Dale says the Commander looks cheap and crap. I'd almost expected to open it up and see 2 pogo sticks screwed inside. Well, I think Marty commented that he saw, I don't remember if he took the cover off. I guess he probably took the cover off when he was putting it together or something. And I thought his commentary was it looked like Bigode quality, which is like wires just kind of stuffed in there and stuff. Nothing impressive. Which is, for some people that matters. Some people it doesn't. I mean, I appreciate build quality. I do appreciate that. Oh, one other thing that I mentioned in the community section of my channel, but I don't know that I don't know how many people actually saw it. I actually ordered a set of the replacement Sherman S pedals from Afiz over at eWheels or eRides in the UK. Those are en route. They should be here next week, because one of the things in the Sherman S that is not great are the pedals for sure. And the pedals that E-Ride sells are definitely cool. They've been tested. They have positive reviews. So I do have a set of those on their way. So I will be replacing the pedals on my Sherman S. Now, someone only sold an easy replacement trolley handle for that thing. Hate Mail says, both suspension adjustment types of the Sherman and Commander are common in motorcycles. Yeah, I have heard that. Yes. Yeah, all I can tell you is the Sherman S felt great. It felt great just eating up road bumps. It felt great jumping up the curb. It felt smooth. It felt balanced. The tire, the knobby tire, it feels fine. Like I'm going to be hard pressed to find the motivation to put that road tire on that I have. Knobby tire feels fine. Totally feels fine. Turning, I felt no issues on it whatsoever. So I may be just leaving the knobby on to save me work. I don't know. We'll see. But at least for now, I do not have any problem with a knobby tire. Mike Young, speakers take up battery space. I would like a USB charging port for all the blinky lights. Yeah, it is weird that a lot of wheels have been getting away from that. Although when I had the external lights on my Sherman, I did it with the external battery. I have several external battery packs, like what's powering my Dust Livestream, which you can hardly see because it's against the light wall. So the contrast is really poor. So if I wanted to do something about that, I would put this up here, and then I would move this back, and then I would put this down here, and then maybe you can see it a little bit better. Not that you guys give a shit, but here you go. A little more. There you go. That's better. Now you can see it. A little bit better. Clark, ESU with Lucifer. Clark will be putting out some in a few months too. Oh, pedals for the Sherman S? Okay. I saw that he's working on a seat for the Sherman S. I responded to Chris and I said, hey, how about like an extra tall seat? And I think he said something about like that could be an option. That'd be great. I'd love to be able to sit comfortably on the wheel without strapping a yoga block to the seat. That would be nice. Leo says, did I get to ride the V13 in California? How was it? No, I did not. Unfortunately, Marty got that like 2 or 3 days after I left California. I would have liked to ride it, but no, I did not. But it's interesting now. It's almost like when a wheel goes to Marty, now it's almost like in New York City, like all these people got it. Like Dawn Champion rode the shit out of the V13. Lydia was riding the V13. Roger was riding the V13. So it's getting passed around a lot, which is good. You know, the more opinions, the better. But it's funny how, because it used to be like Marty would get a wheel and primarily he was the one doing the testing. But now a whole bunch of different people are. Marty said the Commander had a metal body, so there had the rigidity that the S was lacking. Well, that's true. Well, I don't know if it's a metal body, but he said that the shocks have a physical connection. With the Sherman S, a lot of the rigidity is provided by the battery packs, which have the magnesium case and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's one thing about the Sherman S that's a little bit weird. Why am I getting warm? I feel warm. Because the wine's kicking in. Did I tell you I finished it? Yeah, I'm done. Marty said he didn't like the power management cable and just like the sliders too. Oh, the small ones. You're talking about on the Commander? Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard a lot of. I know Marty has like a 40-something minute video about the Commander Pro when he put it together. I did not watch it. I didn't have the time. But like I said, I know that they took the Commander Pro. We took the Commander Pro and the V13 to the Fullerton Loop, which I rode when I was out in California. And Roger said that on some of the tougher sections, the Commander Pro definitely outperformed the V13. But the V13 is not. I mean, does that look like an off-road wheel to you? No, it looks like a road wheel to me. So I'm not surprised that it's not fantastic. I mean, the V13 is 110 pounds. I don't know, 110 pounds just does not seem like a great form factor for an off-road wheel. That is just my feeling. All right, so maybe I can do one beer. But I think I'm going to take this shirt off because I'm warm. Oh, look here. I'm representing the Eagles again. Underneath, I have my retro. This is my retro Eagles t-shirt. So I can represent two ways. Put the hat on. All right, there we go. We are really, really representing. All right, let me get rid of this. I'll be right back. We'll go to baby. And I think you can tell I'm not drunk. I mean, maybe slightly affected. I had a big dinner. I had my Friday night pizza. So I had pizza, so I have a lot of food in me to help soak up alcohol. So anyways, like I said, this stream is a AMA stream. Is there anything that you want to ask me about? Could be a dangerous question. But yeah, I mean, I'm here to drink not alone and to answer questions. So we can do that. Let's close that. Okay. I've been streaming for an hour and 9 minutes. Yeah, this isn't going to be a real long stream, guys. I can tell you that already. Dale says, okay, Dale, so this is random. You love Hotel California. Are you talking about the song by the Eagles? Knowing you probably are. Yes. Okay. Because you make jokes. Yeah. Speaking of jokes, I'm surprised that that Larry isn't here. Oh, Larry Zarkov. Growing old and having fun. What is a Band-Aid for? The Band-Aid is for. I have another. I should wear this backwards because I see the Eagles there too. The Band-Aid is for a spot of potential skin cancer here. I have a spot behind my right ear. In a couple weeks, I believe, I have an appointment to have this cut out again. I have another spot cut out, which I've had countless spots cut out. So that's going to be cut out. This I'm treating with, they have this cream, this topical cream that you can put on spots that are just like kind of surface and aren't that bad. You put it on once a day for like 5 weeks or something like that. So I'm trying that on here. So I covered it with a Band-Aid. Actually, I can take this off now because I gotta do a new application after the shower. But like basically this stuff like eats the cancer cells, and over time it gets really disgusting looking. Kind of look like you have leprosy. But it's supposed to get rid of the cancer cells, in theory. It's great getting old, man. I mean, you just every day there's a new adventure. A new adventure. Dale says, I have to ride the S-22 in days the Eagles play. Why? Oh, because the S-22 is technically the Eagle, right? Yeah, I forgot about that. Spartacus, thoughts on the God mod? I've heard about that. I don't know details about it. Hold on. I have heard people refer to that. I have not looked at it. All right. God mod buyer beware. 1 day ago. All right, hold on. Okay, so Declan. Okay, so Cobra just had him on. Declan. He's the God mod creator. Okay, that's where I saw the reference. The first comment. Let's share this. It's kind of funny. The first comment. I don't know if you can see that or not, but the first comment on the thread about his live stream. In my 54 years on this planet, I have made the experience that all those who talk too much only talk crap and don't really know what they're talking about. After watching the video for a short time, I do not have the feeling that something could change in this experience. So he has the feeling that the guy's full of crap. So what? Someone give me the Cliff Notes. What is God mod? I'm not afraid to admit when I don't know something. Holy crap, insane. Nearly 3 hours of bullshit talk. Oh, God. Okay. So what is this? What is this supposed to do? I'm looking. God mod. It's a mod of the capacitors. Oh, okay. I have heard about this. Yeah, adding capacitors to reduce the chance of a cutout. Those of you that don't have an electrical background, a capacitor actually can hold a charge, not like a battery, but it can hold a charge. And I guess the theory is adding these capacitors supposedly is supposed to reduce the chance of a cutout. This is something that was talked about a while ago, if I remember correctly. So the caps are parallel. They're soldered on the circuit board right next to the battery wires. Yeah, someone wants to fill me in. Give me the Cliff Notes version on this, but it definitely doesn't sound like anything I'd be interested in. Brian, have you been back on your S22 and your new tire? Yes, I rode it, I don't know, a little while ago. What mods did I end up doing with the pads? Right now, I actually have my Shane's pads. I had an extra set of Shane's pads. They're orange, so it looks really good. It looks really, really good with the red colors of the S22. Looks like shit, but I just put them on there just when I was cleaning up. I'm like, okay, do I want to put these in a box, or do I want to put them on a wheel? So I decided to put them on the S22. The tire, the Michelin tire, I like that, and the rollers, the slider rollers, is a big improvement. Okay. Mike Young says, I work with a defense contractor in Orlando. They told me they could 3D print titanium. What? Really? Does titanium have to be sintered? Because my understanding is like 3D printing metal has been a thing for a while, but after you 3D print it, you have to sinter it, which is like a process to actually like harden it, or I don't know. But with titanium, no, I've not heard of 3D printing titanium. It sounds expensive. Brian, thoughts for S22 pedal replacement? Well, doesn't E-Rides sell pedals for the S22 as well? I thought they did. I don't have a real problem with my S22 pedals. I mean, they don't look cool. They seem to be okay. The Sherman S pedals, they are not good. Like I showed on the unboxing, it's just like a lot of the spikes, they're actually below the surface of where your foot's going to be. So you do not feel locked in on those Sherman pedals, which is very, very strange that they could have that kind of oversight for $4,100. That is definitely a negative. Mike Young, I'm Irish too. Stay out of the midday sun and see a dermatologist every 2 years. Oh, good. So you've never had cancer, skin cancer? I've had at least 15 spots. At least 15 spots. Yeah, it's annoying. Dale says regarding the God mod, I think it replaces MOSFETs with capacitors or something. No, I think the capacitors are in addition to the MOSFETs. Yeah, the capacitors could not pass current like a MOSFET does, but it's supposed to. I guess like when you have like a lot of times like a cutout can be caused by battery sag. The voltage drops too low. I think the thought process is the capacitors with the voltage that they hold would help offset that to minimize the amount of battery sag. I haven't read that, but that is my theory in my head because of my knowledge of what a capacitor is. Again, what pedal are you using for your S22? I have the stock pedals on my S22. E. Simon God mod evens out the power band or something again. Yeah, it gives it the power that is held in the capacitor, I guess, can be used to somewhat negate the dip that can happen when you hit the battery hard, the voltage sags. I would imagine that all these capacitors are meant to make that situation less severe. But it does sound good that I missed that live stream because it sounds like a shit show, basically. Growing gold and having fun, basically just confirming what I just kind of said off the top of my head. Begode Crash Test Dummy. The new Begode spiked pedals are amazing. Keep you planted so well, almost too good. If you need to adjust your feet, it can be hard at times. I know I like the Begode spiked pedals that are on the EX20S. Those are great. I don't know how they differ from the latest and greatest, but I definitely like the ones that are on the EX20S. Did any of you see the video Tommy shot, EUC Vibes, about his Master Pro? I guess he said he bent his rim in 2 places, and it seems like it's out of round, like he had it laying on its side, and as he spun it, you could hear it scrape when it got to a certain point in the wheel. So I'm not sure if that's from his rim bend or what the deal is, but he's not very happy because Master Pro, sorry, Master Pro. Because they're really, really expensive. So let me see. I could probably find his thing. Hold on. Stand by. Although you guys said you couldn't hear the sound. So we need to fix that. All right. So EUC Vibes. There's just a story. All right. So,
what's up, guys?
Okay. So let's present, share screen, share system. There we go. Okay. There we go. And go here. All right. So I'm going to share that. Now you should be able to hear this. I'm going to mute myself because otherwise I think you get echo.
UC Vibes here, and I am so sick of these Begode wheels. Let me tell you my problems, okay? Start off with the Begode Master Pro. Brand new wheel, right? This thing sucks, all right? The batteries don't have any shell encasement. I know they fixed that in new versions, but mine doesn't have it. The shock suspension is trash. The angle's all off. I know they fixed that too, but mine doesn't have it, okay? The rim I bent twice, 2 times. This time, it's scraping the damn motor. Let's take a closer look. I can't even get a full rotation without scraping the motor. What's going on?
When it goes in rotation, it scratches at that pinch point. You see that pinch point right there? Come on, what the hell is this? Come check this out, alright guys? Look at this bend right here. Look at this bend. Why? Why is it so cheap?
Check this out, another new wheel from Begode, the M10-4. Why is the cover off? Because I had to take a close inspection to see what the hell was wrong with it. I don't know. I press the button. See that? Makes a popping noise. That's all, it doesn't turn on. Charge this thing for like 2 hours, doesn't turn on. And I had to upgrade the damn batteries because they had a recall on the batteries that were in here because they would spontaneously combust after a long period of time. Spontaneously combust.
Unmute and remove. Okay, there you go. So could you guys hear that? Hopefully you could. Tommy cracks me up. Tommy's not very happy. So he has a new Master Pro and a M10-4, and both of them have problems. And he's a hardcore Begode guy. That's too bad. Mike has had 4 growths removed. Okay, well, I'm winning. It's good. It's good to win, right? Mike says, you're still going to cut out if you push the wheel beyond its capabilities. Truth. That is true. That is true. Simon says, the Master Pro has a pretty skinny... Let's get this. Stop the screen. Okay. Master Pro has a pretty skinny looking rim for such a massive wheel. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? God, I'd be annoyed. I mean, but Tommy isn't. I don't think he's a light guy, so I don't know, the stairs or curb drop, and yeah, that's what happened. Simon says the Sherman S rim is best in show. Yeah, that's another plus for sure. And it's ironic because the issues that the Sherman had with its rim being brittle, to say the least, it is funny that now. I mean, it's good. It's not funny. It's good that Leaper Kim really put the effort into making the Sherman rim super, super strong. Mike Young, Bigote equals zip ties and duct tape. True. Or silicone. Bigote really likes using that silicone, that white silicone, and just freaking goop it everywhere. That's a big thing for them. Growing old and having fun. I've got a dent in my master rim, but the upside is that it doesn't shatter. Not like EUC Vibes, just a dent. Okay. Sorry to hear that. I don't think I've ever bent a wheel. I shouldn't say that because I got to knock on glass because I don't want to have a dent. But I've never dented a rim. But that probably has to do with the fact that I don't do stair drops and rarely go down curbs. So that's probably why. Just Bigote Crash Test Dummy. Just seen EVs has the Master Pro version 2 for pre-order for $41.99. So it's about the same price as the Sherman, right? $41.99 US. So I mean, if you're just looking at numbers, I mean that price, you're getting that price for a wheel that has 1,200 watt hours more battery, albeit significantly less quality than the Sherman S. But some people, they're okay with that. I mean, they are willing to sacrifice quality for ride, speed, power, and range. Like Marty's one of those guys. He knows that Bigote wheels have bad QC historically. He knows it, but he loves that he can get a lot of range out of them. And the way he rides, he doesn't ride bleeding edge, so he doesn't push a wheel to the point where it could fail. So to him, he's willing to make that trade-off, which I understand. Brian says, Bigote equals beware plus be gone or be fire, right? Bigote Crash Test Dummy. I put 4,100 miles on my new RS-19 high speed this past summer. Holy crap, dude. Wow, that is a lot. So I assume you have the upgraded battery pack in that thing? I hope. I certainly hope. Spartacus, Bigote equals be sketchy. Well, yeah, could be. It's true. Dino says, I 3D printed my own jump pads, having issue keeping sticky Velcro stuck to the jump pad. Suggestions. Well, do you have high quality Velcro? Usually you get what you pay for. But as far as getting it stuck, I mean, 3M typically makes the best stuff. I've 3D printed jump pads. I've never used them. That's one thing. I think I talked about this before. That's one thing that I realized when I did my clean out of the hobby room. I'm pulling stuff off the shelf, pulling stuff out of boxes. I'm like, okay, here's something I bought and I didn't install or didn't use. Here's something I bought and didn't install, didn't use. Tons of examples of that. The 3D printed jump pads that I made myself, I printed them. Probably spent 3 days printing them. Never used them, and I think they got thrown out. Garrett Taylor. If I had a Bigote, I would God mod it. Why is that? I mean, if you aren't pushing a wheel to its limits, you that should not be a concern. If you are, then okay, there you go. Or you can just wear really, really good gear, I guess. Mike Young, spray contact cement in regards to making stuff stick better. Okay. I'm not sure if I've heard of contact cement before. EUC with Lucifer. Dino, sand the pad. Okay, so sand the back of the 3D printed pad and add some more adhesive. Okay, there you go. Simon, my mate got, and I'm still not a big, I shouldn't say believer, but I typically do not use pads. Like I don't have any pads in the Sherman S yet. I might put the the generic ones that they sent on. I don't know, maybe not. I still have an unused set of Clark pads that I've had for over a year, I would imagine, that I just never put on a wheel. Maybe I'll put them on the Sherman. I don't know. It's just not pressing with the way that I ride. Simon says, my mate got the first Master Pro in Australia. The day it arrived, Begode announced version 2. Not cool. Yeah, that is a very, very frustrating thing about Begode. I mean, that being said, KingSong, with their 10-year anniversary shit, especially the S22, it's the same. I mean, what didn't happen as quickly as Begode does. I mean, Begode does that all the time. Like they release something and 2 weeks later, okay, here's version 2. They did it with the T4. You know, I still have not done my T4 upgrade where I have the new motor, the pinned motor, the kickstand, and I think it also includes a updated charge port. I think that's it. Oh, and some spacers as well. So again, yeah, those are all things that came with version 2 that were not on version 1, and that happened within a couple months of version 1 being released. So it's just, I mean, it's annoying, but I mean, Begode has established that is their MO, you know. And it's weird because, I mean, yes, it's good. It's good that they fix things, right? If something is identified as a problem, it's good to fix things. But it's frustrating as F for customers, you know, that this kind of stuff, it wasn't addressed first, you know, like through more testing or whatever, or better engineering, that these things are only, they only get exposed once the version 1 wheels get out to the public. That is definitely frustrating to a lot of customers. Dale says, people thinking by not pushing their Gotway to its limits, it won't cut out. Ha, 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 ha. Well, I mean, again, I see your point, but I mean, again, Marty isn't a good example. He's had tons and tons of Begode wheels. He never had one cut out, but he rides differently. He rides similar to me. Dale says both of his cutouts were failures. Oh, on the Gotway wheels. Begode crash test dummy. 103 km/h cutout was a great success. Who had that? What? Someone rode one to 103 km/h? Really? I did not hear about that. That sounds bad. John from Hershey. John, you're from Hershey, Pennsylvania? Interesting. I've been to Hershey a number of times. I am originally from Southeast Pennsylvania. I lived in the greater Reading area for the first 32 years of life. The wide Gen 3 pads are sweet for my S22. The Gen 3, Clark pads? Is that what you're talking about? I think the ones I have are Gen 2. I have the foam Clark pads. They're not 3D printed. So they're wider? Is that what you're saying? Huh. Yeah, I assume you're talking about Clark pads, but maybe not. I don't know. Fill me in. EUC with Lucifer. My only cutouts were on a V11 at low speed. Really? Well, V11s did have second or third generations or whatever. They did have a number of system board failures. So it sounds like maybe you had one of those. John from Hershey clarifying the Gen 3 were Clark pads. Okay. Like I said, mine are foam. I should put them on. I should put them on the Sherman, I think. Maybe. I say that now. That doesn't mean it's going to happen. V12 had quite a few. Yes, they did with their MOSFET failures. V12 was a mess for a while. Luckily, my very, very early model V12 evidently had good MOSFETs because I never had a problem with it. I had one of the first 30 V12s that were in the United States and never had a problem with it. Rode that thing up to 42 or 43 miles an hour, I believe. Simon says, no support for S20 owners who supported and ordered early. Now KingSong releases the S22 Pro and wants everyone to forget the past. The S20, S22 problems really stuffed up a lot of people. Yeah, I saw today Kevin from eWheels in the UK. He shot a video about the new KingSong, the official KingSong roller sliders. They're black. They look a little differently than the CNC machine ones that we've seen out there. I have the My eWheels, My eWheels version of those sliders. Mine only has 4 wheels per slider. The one from KingSong has 8. I'm not quite sure that 8 is better than 4. I'm not sure what the advantage is of having more wheels on the slider is. To me, it actually adds more points of resistance instead of less. When I watched Kevin's video again, it was the press fit kind of deal. He had to take a mallet and hammer some of them in. He commented how they aren't stainless steel. He put some grease on them, which again I think is not ideal because grease can grab dirt over time. So I don't know. I don't know that I would be better off with the e-wheel or with the sliders that KingSong provides. I know you can buy them. You can buy them from eWheels here in the United States, I believe, if you want a set of roller sliders. But I don't know that they're the best solution. I really think there's a few people selling the CNC sliders that are either held on by a C-clip or a screw. A screw holds them on. And I think that's better because if a wheel fails, because I have seen people that have like the wheels get bitched up and stuff, removing them would be way, way easier if you just have to pop a C-clip or unscrew a screw to release it than trying to get something underneath there to pry that thing off, pry a wheel off. Good luck not bending the slider in the process because some of them have to, my e-wheel solution, I had to hammer those on. And I'm hoping, I'm knocking on glass again, that I don't have to ever take them off because I don't know that I could do that without damaging them. So, El Unicycle had a 103-kilometer cutout on video. It was a wicked crash. It's on YouTube. What wheel was he on? A Master, or what was he on? Master Pro. That sounds just silly. Dino says, me and the dog are packing up the wife and the RV van for 7 weeks of snowbirding up and down Florida. Oh, there you go, buddy. Florida is stuffed with snowbirds. I can't remember I haven't heard the number recently, but like the population of Collier County during snowbird season, I think it increased by like 100,000 people. It's crazy. Lots of people do that. I mean, it is kind of a nice thing if you can swing it. Like if you can afford to live up north in the spring and summer, and then fall and winter, you live in Florida. That's a good deal if you can make it work, I guess. I can't because I have a job. But to be quite honest with you, if I was retired, I wouldn't want to go to Pennsylvania. But maybe, I don't know, maybe out west during the summers would be nice. I'm not sure. I have some time to decide, I guess. Mike Young says, pads help you slow down quickly. They do, for sure. With me, I'm not riding on bleeding edge. I'm very, very rarely in a situation where I have to do emergency braking. But if I do, my dimensions, I have very long legs, long arms, I have a long everything. If I lean my center of gravity back, I can slow down pretty quickly without pads. Not as quickly as someone that has pads, obviously. But I can slow down pretty quickly. Dale says to Simon, but before just makes the model obsolete and they never fix shit for people that haven't bought the upgrade. Yeah, true. Talking about Pagode, yes, true. Although it seems like the owner of Pagode, the guy that hates you, Dale, it seems like he's been more receptive to that. To criticism or just suggestions, not criticism necessarily, but suggestions. He definitely has seemed more open to that, it's good, right? Mike Young says the trophy case behind you is empty. You go to Virginia Tech. That was actually, it's part of a set. I have the other piece of the set in the dining room. This used to be in the dining room next to the door. It's moved out of there to make the dining room look more open, and I had space in here. That used to have like some glassware, some of the 3D prints, like the fancier 3D prints that I made. That used to be in there. The 3D prints went into my office at work, and I've subsequently given them a lot of them away because I'm kind of in that mode where I'm just giving shit away and not really caring about it. So yeah, I've been doing that. So that 103 kilometer an hour crash was a Master Pro. Wow. So how destroyed was the wheel after that? I would imagine pretty much. That's a lot of speed. That's a lot of weight. Dale, you've had a bit of chat with Kibai recently. What? He talks to you? I thought you were supposed to like eat his shit or something. Like you guys were mortal enemies. Simon says Kibai Gotway posted recently that they will be giving out free upgrades for T4 owners. Well, that's what I mean. That's what I got from Alien Rides, basically. I think Alien Rides is providing these, and I think Begode is footing the bill. I think. I'm not sure, but I think they are. So that's nice. And I don't believe there's a requirement for me to send back the old motor. That's the one I talked about this in the last live stream. It's the one thing I'm not sure about with when I do the T4 swap. If I'm just going to leave the off-road tire on there because I don't want to screw with it, or if I'm going to swap the road tire that I currently have over. I haven't decided. Spartacus says the owner of Begode hates Dale. I can't imagine why. At one point, he definitely did seem to hate Dale. Maybe that's better now. I'm not quite sure. I hope so. Hold on a second. You guys remember Gladys, right? Today is Gladys's birthday. I'm not going to tell how old she is, but today is Gladys's birthday. So, like, if you're a subscriber to her YouTube channel, wish Gladys happy birthday. Dale says he told me years ago if I go to China, he will let me eat shit. Blank CK eat shit. Yes, he was trying to insult you, Dale, but his understanding of English kind of made it very funny. I do remember that. It's pretty darn funny. Okay. Hold on. I'm almost through this beer, and this is going to probably conclude my drinking for the night. Okay. Well, Gladys isn't in the stream right now, Mike, but I will pass along. You said happy birthday. Gladys is still down in Roatan doing her Gladys thing. She talked about live streaming with me again. We just have to kind of coordinate it. Dale says, every bad thing I've said about them being Begode, has been factual. I'm sure some people won't like it. Well, has everything been factual? I don't know, like your memes and stuff that you post, Dale, are they factual? I don't know. You might be stretching a little bit. It's entertaining. It's comical. It's funny. I don't know if that is all factual. Simon says, recently he said he'd run away from you instead of fight, and you couldn't catch him because he's on a Begode. Did he say that? If he did, that's kind of funny. Brian says, happy birthday to Gladys. Thank you, Brian. I will pass that along. I'll let her know. Actually, let's see. Can I let her? Okay, hold on. Hold on. I'm just here now. And I'm sure she's probably out celebrating somewhere. I'm sure she is. Dale says the memes are just for fun, but every issue has been real. Yeah, okay. Has there been any Chooch drama lately that I've missed out on? I haven't really been on the Chooch train lately. I'm not sure if he stayed out of trouble. I think I heard that Marty was given the directive to send the V13 to Chooch next. I don't know if that's happened, but hopefully he will be pacified. But I haven't. Yeah. Gladys must be out. She's not receiving my messages, but she will. She will, and she will appreciate it. You know, Gladys. She's very, very appreciative. Hold on a second. I'm 9:15, huh? Wow. So what time should I set? I'm thinking I'm going to set my alarm for 7:15. That sounds reasonable to me. It'll give me time to like tonight, because I was anticipating my big busy day tomorrow. I as soon as I got home, I had jeans on when I went to work. I just put on a sweatshirt, and after feeding Elsa, I went outside and I weeded the property because that's one of my weekend tasks. It's something again that will take much less time at a smaller place. But I weeded the property right after work in anticipation. And this new house, like I have a pool. This new house does not have a pool. And I'm freaking glad. I could care less about a pool. I had the pool put in here in 2003. This house was built in 2001. The pool was put in 2003. I thought it was going to be like a great thing. I got this pool, man. Look at me. I got my own pool. I'm going to go lay in the pool. I'm going to go relax in the pool. I don't use the freaking pool. All I do is have to, put chemicals in it once a week. I never use it. At most, I use it like during the summer when I'm hot and overheated from doing yard work. I would jump in the pool for 5 minutes just to bring my body temperature down. But no, the pool is just F the pool, man. I don't care about the pool. And actually at this point, like if I saw a house that had a pool, it's actually like a negative to me. I don't want it. Yeah, it increases your property value, but I don't care. I don't want a pool. And this house I'm looking at does not have a pool. Oh, do you want to see the one I'm looking at? Okay, let me just show you. I shouldn't do this because I could be jinxing myself, but whatever. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, I wasn't supposed to have it, I guess, right? So let me where is it? There it is. There it is. Okay, so we're going to look at this prospective house together because why not? All right, so we're going to present this. Let me make that big. We're going to present it. It's cute. It's a cute house. Why am I showing you? Why not? Why not? All right, there it is. Price cut $15,000 today. 1,435 square feet. So let's scroll down the picture. Oh no, we'll do this. Because pictures are always more fun, right? It's the front of the house, 2-car garage, which is important. Room for my Tesla. I believe the washer and dryer is in the garage. If I'm correct. It's cute, right? Not huge. Kitchen looks nice. I haven't figured out if those. I think those counters. I can't figure out if those counters are quartz or if they are Formica. If they're Formica, I would probably replace them. If they're quartz, I would not. But the kitchen is plenty big enough for me. I don't. That flooring looks similar to what I have. I don't know if that's ceramic tile that looks like wood. That's kind of what it looks like. Kind of like what I have in the house here. It looks like that house might have been repainted recently too. Nice, right? Clean. Bathroom again, or I'm sorry, kitchen. That's a nook of some sort. The living space, it's open concept. I like that. Where the TV would go, because I like a big TV. Right down there, they have a TV in the corner there. I don't know that would be ideal. I would have to do probably something about that. I might flip the furniture around and face that other wall to the left and put something big there. Oh yeah, because okay, see that's right next to the kitchen. That doesn't look like a big enough space. I don't know, but that's something that I'm not concerned about. A little dining table. That's nice, lovely. Lovely. And it looks like the bathrooms were updated. And it seems to me like this is a house that was probably that is lived in by a family, and they probably need more space. That's my guess when I looked at some pictures. So this bathroom looks like it was updated. Has some tile that looks scribbly. Counters. That looks like a baby's room, doesn't it? Interesting that there's a shiplap wall there. It's fine. It's nice. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. A bunk bed. A bunk bed. Yeah, they have, wow, they might have 3 kids. I don't know. This, I believe, is the master bathroom. This down the road, I can see this would be something that I would potentially renovate, but it looks fine for now. It's bright. Oh, it almost looks like shiplap on the ceiling, right? Wow. Okay, interesting. I didn't pick that up before. Master bedroom, I think. Yeah, I like this big opening that goes out into the lanai, that you can open that up all the way. I like that. That's kind of cool, like when weather's cool. Although that doesn't happen all that often in Florida, I like that option. Okay, master bedroom. This is the lanai area, covered lanai, nice and big. Again, more children's things. A fire pit that was actually lit for that picture, nice, and a built-in dog door. Elsa might appreciate that. Backyard, small. I could do everything probably maintenance-wise in that house in a half an hour, which would be nice. Fenced in backyard. Again, good for Elsa. And there's another picture of the front. So yeah, nice, right? And another nice thing is it only has a $280 HOA fee. A common thing down here in Florida is homeowner association fees. And some places they can be oppressive, $4,000 a year, $6,000 a year for an HOA fee. That is a minimal HOA fee. So that is very, very attractive to me. And it's only, like I said, 2.5 miles from work. Actually, a little bit less than that. So that will be sweet for me. That being said, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. There's lots of houses for sale. There's lots of houses that are potentially good for me. But this one looks pretty good, and the price is a number that I could I can float this mortgage or float this house while I buy that house, and that would be nice. Dale, on the chooch train. Yeah, you mispronounced cooch. Mike Young says Chooch will destroy the V13. Yeah, probably. That's okay. Begode Crash Test Dummy. I went riding 2 weeks ago in Ohio with Tony Robertson EUC from YouTube. I don't know that name. He is 70 years old and dresses up in a predator costume when riding. Really? Wow, that's cool. 70 years old and he's riding? Wow. That's great. I have not heard of Tony, but that sounds pretty cool. Electric Unicycle, also known as Dale. If he does, my new pickup line is going to be, I'll destroy your box like Chooch destroy the P13. Okay, Dale. Simon says, Chooch is back to loving Inmotion after trouble in paradise. It's a stormy relationship. And Chooch, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Chooch is young and immature and learning. He'll learn, but it's fine. Whatever. Simon, I never use our pool ever. My wife uses it twice a day, though, so I like the pool. Does she? Okay. I mean, like the pool got the most use by my mom. Like when my mom moved down here a couple of years after I moved down here, and she lived with me initially for, I don't remember, 8 months or something. She used the pool a lot. She loved the pool, and it made me happy for her to use the pool. That being said, I never use the pool a lot. I used to have a pool heater as well, an electric pool heater. And that thing, it was so freaking expensive to run the pool heater. Oh my God, it was expensive. I mean, you can see the meter like spinning off its axis when you were running the pool heater. And I think at one time I got the temperature of the pool up to like 90 degrees just for the hell of it. It's almost like a sauna. And I think my electric bill that month was like almost $400. It was ridiculous. So I eventually I ripped the pool heater out. I'm like, screw it. I'm not going to ever use it. I just ripped it out. F the pool. That's it. I should copyright that saying, right? F the pool. I don't need a pool. How far from DD? Well, there's a Dunkin' Donuts right across the street from my office. So the Dunkin' Donuts, again, less than 2.5 miles from the house. So there you go. And it's a brand new one, actually. Brand spanking new. No, I'm telling you, I mean, I'd be so close to everything down there. So close. My wheels would get a lot more practical use down there for sure. Okay, so Mike says those counters are for mica. Are you sure, Mike? I don't know. I mean, it has a lot of shine for mica, don't you think? I don't know. I'm going to see it tomorrow at 10 o'clock, so I'll find out. But even if it is, that's fine. It's fine. The price is low enough that I can fix that stuff as needed. So that's fine. Even if it is, I don't care. Simon says the house looks nice, less lawn to mow. Oh my God, so much less lawn. I have almost 3 acres of grass here. It's stupid. No, the lawn looks fantastic. Simon says looks well kept, pretty new fixtures. Yeah, no, they definitely updated it for sure. And it's not like this house is like a flip. The people that live there have lived there since 2012. So they're long-term people. You know, they didn't just like do a couple quick, cheap upgrades to make it sellable. No, they've been there a long time. So, yeah. And the nice thing is I drove by there today. Did I mention that? I don't know that I did. After I played pickleball today, I drove by there. Carrie and I drove by there. She was playing pickleball with me. And we couldn't go from the inside because obviously people were there. We couldn't look at the inside, but we walked around it and looked at it. Looked very nice. And the whole area is very nice. Like all of the houses around it are well kept, clean, just nice houses. In a way, it reminds me of a little bit of Victoria Park. Like remember where I ride through on my wheel on Halloween and Christmas? Kind of gave me that vibe a little bit. Like all the houses were well maintained, so that's good, you know. And Victoria Park has a very low HOA as well, and so does this place. So yeah. Mike says the grass looks like weeds. Well, if you saw my grass, no, actually, this grass looks way better than mine. My grass here is primarily weeds as well, especially in the winter. Simon says grass is ass. Pave the whole thing. Well, you could do out like they do out west, you know, like where the yards are actually stones. That is a possibility. Growing old and having fun. Does the HOA allow EUCs? Well, I don't think that would be something that they would disallow. I don't know why they would. There's a path too. There's a path. My buddy at work found it. He was looking at the satellite view, and there's a path that goes from that area probably 5 or 6 miles north, just like a walking riding path, which would be great for EUCs as well. So that's something I was not aware of, and I think that would be a very nice thing to utilize as well. A lot of pluses. Mike says get a small jacuzzi. Well, there is plenty of space, like on the lanai. There, it's a big lanai area, so there is plenty of space that I could potentially do that. I don't know. But again, then we're getting back into pool mentality. Have a jacuzzi and never use it. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, if I had a jacuzzi, I would probably like it. With the aches and pains I have, I guess. But it's something else to maintain. I don't know. And uses a lot of electricity. Simon says, good neighborhood vibes are important. You need to feel like you'd be comfortable in the area. Again, my 3-minute walk around and driving through the area makes me feel that way. So we'll see. I mean, I'm encouraged by the fact that I can get a showing tomorrow at 10 o'clock because that means that it's not sold, I assume. So if I like it, if I walk through the place and I feel good about it, and I like it, there is a very, very realistic chance that I'm going to say, okay, let's do it. I have the pre-approval for the mortgage. The amount of down that they need for that, I can swing, and let's do it. And let's list my house, and we will make things happen. It would be great because it will allow me to not have to worry about a transition stage. I could go right from this house to that house, empty out this house, yeah. It sounds good to me, on paper at least. Yes, my monthly expenses would go up, at least temporarily, but I can swing that. I can make it work. I can make anything work. I'm pretty flexible that way. All right, hold on a second, guys. I want to find something to entertain you for a second while I run to the bathroom. Let's see, what can we entertain you with? It's interesting, some of the stuff that gets suggested to me. I know what I can entertain you with. Maybe I can get you to subscribe to my Pickled You channel. No, Alexa, go to sleep. Okay, so I'm gonna share this, and I'm gonna go key. Hold on. And okay, so if I present, share the screen, I share the entire screen, I share the audio, and that screen share. Okay, I'm going to mute myself, and then I will be back in 2 minutes. Okay, and you can watch the pickleball phenomena. Enjoy. Oh yeah! Hey, what's up, Duff here? I'm here with Randall, also known as Sir Randall, also known as the fullback, also known of a lot of things, depending on who you ask. We're at the pickleball course. We were just at the U.S. Open again. We drove all the way down to the U.S. Open, probably 45, 50 minutes. Got there, and 15 minutes after we got there, it started to rain. So we came back. So we are here at the local court, and we're going to try playing here, see how it goes. I don't think we've ever filmed pickleball before, so it should be fun. Okay, pickleball is officially being recorded. Randall serving first. 0-0. 0-0. So pretty. So pretty. Playing for the first time with my official Ben Johns paddle.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Lucky shot.
0-0. And I set it up. And you served in the cage. 0-0.
Huh?
It's so good.
I thought you said let serves are good now.
No, there are no let serves. Like if you hit the net and it goes into the service box, then it's good. But that's just because you went into the kitchen, you didn't go into the service box.
No, I thought you said any let serve is good.
No, a let serve is when you hit the net and it still lands in. But
okay, well that's always been the rule.
no, it used to be like if you hit the tape and it went in the box, that was just a let serve or do over.
Oh, okay.
But this one, it's a good serve and you gotta play it.
Okay.
All right, zeros. Bad serve again. I'm trying to get dialed in. I haven't done any serving with this paddle yet.
Gotcha. Excuses.
Side out war.
Yep.
Zeros. Oh. Booyah! Very good. Very funny. So yeah, that's my buddy Randall. I used to play volleyball with Randall. Back in the when did I do that? Primarily like in the early 2000s, we played volleyball together for a while. So we're competitive, and we kind of give each other a hard time in a good-natured way. Let's put it that way. So it's fun. But anyways, yeah, that's on the Pickled You YouTube channel. So if you want to be a ground level subscriber to Pickled You, now is your opportunity. We have a total of 3 subscribers right now, so we are really kicking ass and taking names. So okay, what do we got here? Missed some chat here. Connection is fairly good. Okay. Simon saying you will save money on gas, though. Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, actually, sort of. Remember, Simon, I do have a Tesla Model Y, so I don't really spend money on gas typically, except when I drive my truck. But no, I will save. I will save money in various ways. Upkeep should be less for sure. Mike Young, paint a giant H in your backyard. Sell that as a helipad. I could do that. Sure. EUC with Lucifer. Did I miss stuff saying how far to the nearest Dunkin' Donuts from that other house? It's right across from the office, so it's less than 2.5 miles away, which is actually closer than the close Dunkin' Donuts here, which is 3 miles away. So it's close. Definitely close. It's closer to everything, guys. It would be pretty life-changing as far as quality of life goes. And there's other houses in that area. So like I said, if this doesn't work out, there's other houses. This just happens to be attractively priced. Those numbers would work out in my favor for sure. I could pay more if I had to, but I'd rather not if I don't have to. Alexa is a nosy bitch. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes she gets triggered by weird things. What? See, she just heard that. Alexa, shut up. Okay. Yeah, it's weird. Like sometimes I've had situations where I woke up in the middle of the night. The one time I woke up in the middle of the night, I have devices everywhere because I'm a geek. But I have one. I have my old one in the garage. I'm not going to say the name. I have it in the garage. And I remember one night it was like the middle of the night. I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming that I'm hearing like a party or something. Like, what's going on? I'm dreaming. And then I wake up and I'm like, no, I hear something. What is this? What am I hearing? And I'm trying to orient myself. What is going on? And I finally determined it's coming from the wall. It's like there's sound from the wall. Like, what the F? What is going on? I get up and I walk out and I open up the garage, and here the Alexa is playing. It's playing music in the middle of the night for no reason. It's in the garage, and the thing was playing music. So yeah, that's weird. And I've had that happen several times where just spontaneously weird things start happening. So Russian hackers, I don't know, whatever. So yeah, weird things happen. The other night, again, I was laying in bed, and all of a sudden I hear water running. I'm like, what is going on? I come out to the kitchen, and I have one of those faucets that has a sensor. You basically like put your palm underneath the sensor and it turns on and off. It was running for some reason. Again, weird. Maybe I have ghosts. I don't know. It's possible, I guess. But yeah, weird stuff happens sometimes. Dale, Duff needs a pee break. Yes, I did. Brian, did not get miles closer than now. Yes, it is closer than now. Where is the nearest Tesla supercharger? There's a Tesla supercharger in downtown Naples, which is probably from that house. It's probably about 4 miles. But I mean, if I got that house, I would put in a level 2 charging port, which is basically like a dryer port in the garage. That's what I would do. That's what I have now. I have level 2 charging in my garage. My daily commute is about 50 miles, and I can recoup that in about an hour and a half of charging with my level 2 charger. So, yeah. But yeah, in the meantime, before I would get that set up, I could use supercharging if I had to. Dale, that is not correct. Teslas do have superchargers. Superchargers are Tesla, public Tesla charging stations they've set up. They're kind of like the electric equivalent of gas stations. They charge at super high speeds, and they do charge you for the charging. They do charge you for that. Brian says racquetball used to be big in the 80s in Florida. Will pickleball last? Pickleball will last. Pickleball is freaking increasing in leaps and bounds. It's ridiculous. I can't remember how many million, something like, I think they said like 7, 8, 9 million people play pickleball now. They're predicting within, was it a few years, not that long, they're saying that they're expecting to have 25 million people playing pickleball. It's extremely popular down here in Florida. Like what I typically do is, like, me and some people from work, including Carrie, we play at lunch down here. There's a place down here, a public park, a county park, that has 65 pickleball courts on it. We go there at lunch, and especially during season, it's so freaking busy that you have to actually like sign into a whiteboard. You have to put your name on a whiteboard and wait your time to play. It's that freaking busy. It's ridiculous. You know, old people love pickleball, but the thing is there's lots and lots of younger people that are playing now as well. It's fun. And I used to think that pickleball was stupid. I mean, like, I saw it, I'm like, what is the point of this? It makes no sense. But once you play it, it really, really is fun, because it has a lot of the elements of tennis, but because of the nature of the equipment, the ball travels slower, so it allows for more strategy. It allows for longer volleys. The court is smaller, so you don't have to do as much running as in tennis. Although, like, if you play singles, it still beats the hell out of you. It beats the hell out of me, at least. But pickleball, if you've never played it, and if you have any experience with racket sports, whether it be ping pong, tennis, even badminton, there's a good chance, racquetball, there's a good chance that you might like pickleball. I've never introduced anyone to pickleball that has not liked it. That's the truth. Dino says, your 2-day trip to PA in the Tesla convinced me I couldn't deal with an EV. I'm leaving Massachusetts tomorrow for Daytona, Florida, 19 to 20 hours. Usually Tesla time would be 4 days. Well, that's not quite true, but no, yeah, definitely. I mean, when you're doing an EV road trip, that is, you're adding, you know, each charging stop is probably, I don't know, 20 minutes, bad one, maybe 30 minutes. For me, you know, I was driving 2 to 3 hours. I was ready to stop. I was ready to stretch my legs. I was ready to get a bathroom break. I was ready to grab a snack or whatever. But definitely, you have to stop more often than you do with a gas car, typically. The thing that I was turned off by with my last road trip was the supercharging. I used to have free supercharging because of referrals that I got from Tesla. Because with my YouTube channel, I used to include my Tesla referral link, and every time someone would buy a Tesla based on your referral link, you would get between 1,000 and 5,000 free supercharging miles. And I had something like between 20 and 30,000 free supercharging miles. Well, Tesla decided, I think it was last October, they said, well, you know, if you haven't used those free supercharger miles by October 2022, they're gonna expire. You know, like it's milk. So I lost all those free supercharging miles, which pisses me off. And when I drove up to Pennsylvania and back, I think I calculated it. My total supercharging cost was like $270 or $280. So depending on the type of vehicle you had, like if you drove an SUV, you'd spend way, way more. But like if you had a hybrid, you could potentially spend less than I did charging. So, you know, I was kind of turned off by that. But yeah, you do have to allocate the time to charge. The good news is, at least with a Tesla, it makes it sort of stupid easy, because you just put in your destination and it will intelligently route you through superchargers. It knows approximately how much charge you're going to have along the trip, and it will route you through superchargers. It will tell you how long you need to charge approximately at each stop, and it makes it very, very easy. That being said, you do have to allocate that time. Simon, haunted things. I don't want to say the word. The EUC stir. How close to the new house be to off-road swamp riding? Well, it would be probably 24 miles away. the swamp I ride out here, which is fine, considering I ride the swamp like 0.5% of the time of all my riding, so that's fine. And I'm so used to riding that. I mean, I'm so used to driving that distance. I mean, coming out here to do that is nothing. I've been doing it for 20 plus years. Mike Young, my YMCA just dropped the pickleball league. Really? That's a rarity. Like I hear the opposite happening. Like all of these tennis courts are getting eaten up and being replaced by pickleball courts. Hardcore tennis players do not like pickleballers because they're kind of taking over everything, taking over their space. Yeah, at least down here, pickleball is crazy. When I was up in Pennsylvania, they had some. I played pickleball up in Pennsylvania. There's some brand new pickleball courts in Pennsylvania. It was like, was it 10 of them maybe? Full. It was winter. It was cold. People were playing pickleball. I went there twice. Played I think 3 hours one time and 3.5 hours the other time. People were playing like crazy. They loved it. Dale, my supercharger joke went over Duff's head. Did I miss it? What is it? Hold on. Oh, Teslas are electric. They don't have superchargers. Yeah, I think it went over my head, Dale. Sorry. Oh, did I see that Tommy's here? Tommy, hey, buddy. I showed your video. Oh, excuse me. I showed your video earlier of you complaining about the Begode wheels, about your Master Pro with the bent rim and the scraping, and your M10-4 with the system board issue, evidently. So yeah, sorry, buddy. That sucks. You spent freaking $4,000 on a Master Pro, $4,000 plus, and that's what you get. That has to be disappointing. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do about the scraping? You going to get a new motor? Or are you just going to deal with it, or what are you going to do? Oh, well, thank you, Simon, for filling him in. Dale says, yeah, we never heard of UC Vibes before. That's true. Never heard of them. No superchargers in the middle of the PA. Are you sure, Mike? They have superchargers freaking everywhere, dude. Like there's no superchargers around State College? That would be hard to believe. I mean, I've taken my Tesla to Pennsylvania a couple times. I've taken it to Texas. And I've never had an issue with superchargers, although there are spots where it was annoying. Like I remember the one time I got routed to an airport, like the very rear of an airport. There was Tesla superchargers at the rear of an airport at the bottom floor of a parking garage that wasn't even being used. That was annoying as F. Like I had to pay to enter the airport parking area to supercharge my car. That sucked. And it was a shitty supercharger with low speeds. So, yeah, it can be annoying, definitely. Medium Dog here, a channel subscriber. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. This is just kind of a whatever session, again, with no notice. Although somehow we've managed to carry on for over 2 hours with no agenda whatsoever. I don't know. I'm not sure how that happens, but it just happens. EUC Star has pickleball in Ohio. Pickleball is everywhere, guys. It's everywhere. When I was out in California, I played pickleball out in California. Pickleball in Pennsylvania. Pickleball in Florida, obviously. If you have any enjoyment of racket sports, you really should try pickleball. I think you will like it. So, Dale, are you saying that they don't have pickleball in Australia? Is that what you're trying to say? That's sad. I'm sorry to hear that. Let me get, okay. All right. I'm just going to do this quickly. I'm going to put my beer out here. I'm going to grab something else. Right back. Hold on. Stand by. Trying to fill the dead air. I feel very, I'm not sure why, but I feel dehydrated. Possibly it's the wine, I guess. Possibly. All Well, almond milk and Oreos. Growing old and having fun. Pickleball must be an American thing. Never heard of it before. Yeah, I think it is primarily an American thing. Let me show you something. I'm going to show you something. When you see, they have like professional pickleball players. Okay. Hold on. I'm not going to show this all. Let me show you what I mean about high-level pickleball. Check it out.
He'll be on the ground again. Oh my goodness, that is what match point should look like, ladies and gentlemen. Insane effort by Rob Cassidy there. What a great finish.
He and Georgine complement each other quite well. Their intensity and their play. Gabe Tardio flying across the line for that one.
What the heck?
What a point. J.W. Johnson. A miraculous ATP.
It goes over Tardio's paddle.
Once that ball gets up, he's going to keep going hard at the body.
Another chance here to gain point. What do they have to do to put it away? Crowd in absolute awe. It's in.
And we're going to get a game 3, guys.
So there you see just a little example of high-level players. It's weird. It's like there's a weird contrast that there's a 7-foot section in front of the net on either side called the kitchen. You're not allowed to attack the ball out of the air without it bouncing if it's in that area. So that's why you saw the players doing the short little lob shots. It's weird. Like you'll have these slow, kind of boring exchanges where they're just keeping the ball short so you can't attack it out of the air. And then all of a sudden it accelerates, and you have these people just like with lightning fast reflexes smashing the ball back and forth at each other, which I'm not very good at. But it's really, I don't know. Like I said, bottom line is try it. You really should try it sometime. It's kind of fun. Dale says, I never heard of pickleball. When I first heard you mention it, I pictured a jar of pickled onions. Definitely not that. The EUC says the World Pickleball Championship 2023 is in Punta Gorda. Yeah, see, like down here in Naples, the place I was talking about that has 65 courts, they have the U.S. Open of pickleball there. Like Naples is like one of the capitals of pickleball in the United States. But yeah, Punta Gorda is another place where there's a lot of, I heard of a lot of people playing in Punta Gorda as well. Growing old and having fun reminds me of foosball. Oh yeah, well, the ball itself looks like I don't have one handy here, but the ball almost looks like a wiffle ball. So, well, not really. Wiffle ball has slots. A pickleball has a bunch of holes in it. Like a competition outdoor pickleball has 40 holes in it. So the holes slow down the play. I think I read somewhere that like a pickleball typically goes about a third of the speed of a tennis ball. So that allows someone to smash the ball, but you can still play it if you are in the right position. It's like in tennis, the ball comes so fast, like that you can't defend a lot of shots. With pickleball, there's a lot of long volleys, like you saw there, a lot of long rallies, which makes it a lot more exciting. So, yeah, like I said, I thought it was stupid. I didn't understand it, but I've been playing since early 2022, and I really, really enjoy it. Dale says it's basically tennis. Not well. There's a lot of tennis players that move to pickleball, and yeah, I mean, if you're a good tennis player, if you have good tennis fundamentals, you'll probably do good in pickleball. But there's other dimensions of pickleball that are totally different than tennis. So Dale says not exciting, not as exciting as lawn bowls. I don't really think that I've ever seen lawn bowling. I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever seen it. Those were some of the highlights. There was just some of them, Dale. Those were like the, you know, there's some crazy shots in pickleball. Crazy. Brian says it looks like paddle tennis that they play in Spain. I don't know. I've never seen that. Simon says in Australia we have paddleball, like pickleball mixed with squash. Well, isn't squash played against the wall? Am I wrong about that? I don't know. I'm not that familiar with squash. Simon says paddle is pretty cool. Uses a mini tennis court and the walls too to bounce off of. Okay, yeah, no, I have not seen that. I have not seen that. I have not heard of that. What am I doing here? Ooh. Just bear with me a second. I'm just looking at something quickly. Okay, I'm good. What do we got here? All right, so I'm trying to think. We're coming up here in 10 o'clock. I think I might be shutting it down. The audience is shrinking because maybe because we're talking about pickleball. I don't know. Maybe because it's getting close to 10 o'clock, and maybe because it's Friday night and people have things that are better to do than to watch a live stream. So I think I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Like I said, I'm going to be doing, it's on the list. I'm going to be doing my Sherman S range test. I'll be riding out to Ave Maria. I'll be putting mileage on there. I will, depending on the time, I will probably wind up doing it over a span of 2 days and see what kind of mileage I got out of it. When I did this with the EX20S, I got 70 miles with a few percentage of battery left. So we will see how we do on the Sherman S. I'm looking forward to doing that. But I will get busy on setting this up as a podcast that you can check out tomorrow if you want. And I think that's all I have for now. Thanks a lot for stopping by. I hope you have a great weekend. I'll let you know, maybe in the community section, I'll let you know how the house tour goes tomorrow. You know, wish me luck. It'd be nice to have something solid to move into. We shall see. So thanks again, guys. To my members, I appreciate you. Thank you for your support. And till next time, Duffman out. And we need to end the broadcast now.